Hi everybody, Gina Marie here, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am getting ready to do a reading for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Whenever you find this video, you were meant to find it. All right, Capricorn, let's see where the cards want to take us today. All right, Capricorn, if you'd like to join my newsletter, become a love and lighter, you can go to tarotbyginamarie.com. I know. All of a sudden, I was in the middle of shuffling, and those two cards literally popped out and landed on my hand. So when cards pop, we stop. All right, Capricorn, overall energy of the reading is the Magician. The Magician, are we the master manifester or are we a trickster? We will have to see. In your recent past, we have the Ace of Pentacles, the Three of Cups, and the Two of Wands. Three of Cups is my happy, joyous reunion card. Ace of Pentacles is a tangible offer coming in. Two of Wands is setting the intentions. In your current energies, we have the Ace of Wands, the Seven of Wands, and the Emperor. Seven of Wands is standing up for yourself and or a connection. Ace of Wands is a passionate new beginning. The Emperor is somebody bossing up, taking charge, taking control. In your potential final outcome, we have the Six of Wands, the Knight of Cups, and the King of Swords. Knight of Cups is somebody coming in most likely with an offer of love. Six of Wands is victory after a long battle. It's a card of recognition. King of Swords, as a plan takes action and cuts out what no longer serves him. Now, we have to see how all of this correlates to the Magician. Now let's start clarifying. Three of Cups. Why is the Three of Cups here? Now, take the reading how it resonates. Roles can be reversed. We could be talking about you or someone's energy who is connected to you. Why is the Three of Cups here? Why is the Three of Cups here? Yeah. Okay, Three of Cups is being clarified by the Eight of Wands and the Ten of Wands. It was almost like when I was shuffling for the Three of Cups, I didn't really feel anything. I felt like there was a void. I felt like there was a void. Either somebody said something, because I felt like a lot of love. As in, usually the Three of Cups is a lot of love for me, okay? It's only a third energy, third party card if I specifically feel that. But I really didn't feel anything off of the card. But as I was looking at the card, I'm like, well, usually this to me is a lot of love. So maybe there's not a lot of love here, there's nothing here, because somebody either said something or somebody needs to say something. Either somebody said something and it created a burden, so there's a void here now. Or there's a void because somebody didn't say something and it created a burden. Either way, I feel like somebody's carrying 10 wands of burden where they should be in some ways being carrying a lot of love, but they're not. They're carrying burden. So maybe somebody didn't say what they needed to say. And they're carrying 10 wands of burden where it comes to a very loving connection. Ace of Pentacles. Why is the Ace of Pentacles here? Ace of Pentacles is being clarified by the Queen of Swords and the Three of Pentacles. Well, in order to give an offer that's been almost like sitting on the table, or an offer that should have been given because I'm drawn to the spider, and you guys know how I feel about spiders, okay? Like, yes, and I always say, yes, I know they're a valuable part of the ecosystem because somebody had mentioned that to me. Well, if we didn't have spiders. And I'm thinking, I didn't say destroy all the spiders on the planet. I never said that. What I did say was that, see this spider here and see this web? That I am so freaked out by spiders that this spider would not have a chance to weave a web if I was holding that pentacle, not have a chance. So that tells me that this spider has been hanging around this hand and this pentacle for quite some time, okay? Because they just don't weave this web in like 5 seconds, okay? So I feel like an offer that was supposed to be given possibly in the past When it comes to this Queen of Swords, usually I say it's all about the truth, Well, right now I feel with her, I'm getting King of Swords energy, as in something needs to be cut out. Before this offer could have been given, something needs to come out, some truth needs to come out, someone or something needs to be cut out before we can build. So maybe somebody needs to get honest about how they feel. Maybe somebody needs to have a conversation with somebody. Because I feel like something needs to go in order to give this offer. And it's like this offer's been sitting there because something needs to go before we can build. Or a conversation needs to happen. We need to be honest about something. Maybe about this burden. Two of Wands. Why is it Two of Wands here? I know it's weird for me. It's weird because I'm like, usually I feel love off of this card, or I feel something off of that card. I didn't feel anything. It was like just a picture. It's kind of like learning tarot for the first time, and you're looking at all these cards and you're going, I ain't got a diddly clue about what any of them mean. And I was like, okay, I was not getting anything. And I feel like either somebody needs to say something or somebody should have said something. And they didn't. Yeah, okay. Two of Wands and the Ten of Swords popped out of my deck. Ten of Swords and the Ace of Cups. Yeah. So somebody wants to go in another direction. Somebody is setting the intentions, but something has got to end. Something has got to end in order for them to have that cup. I don't know if somebody needs to resolve something from their past, if they need to cut something loose from their past, if it's hurt and past pain, if it's a person, but whatever it is, they've got to drop that burden. I've got 10 Wands and 10 Swords. They got to let something go. They got to let something go in order to go towards that cup. Current energies, Ace of Wands, Seven of Wands, the Emperor. Seven of Wands. Why is the Seven of Wands here? Why is the Seven of Wands here? Magician literally flew out of my deck, and the Magicians are overall energy. And the Empress. Maybe somebody needs to stand up and find their worth. Maybe somebody needs to establish some healthy boundaries. Somebody needs to realize that they are Dorothy from the Wizard of Oz, that they've had the magic within them the entire time. Possibly either to go towards you or had the magic within them the entire time to secure some healthy boundaries and realize their worth and value. Could it have been there was a lot of love in a situation, and I'm just throwing this out there, somebody allowed someone else to get in the mix and they didn't say anything, which caused somebody to create this 10 wands of burden? So maybe you were dating somebody and they allowed something or someone to come in between, and they never said anything to that other person, or they never dealt with whatever was trying to come in between. They didn't deal with it, so it caused a great deal of burden. So instead of being able to come in and actually give you a firm offer of a relationship, something needed to be cut out before you could actually build, which could have been whatever they allowed to come in the mix. So now somebody wants to move forward, but they've got to put an end to whatever this was here before they can offer the cup. Maybe somebody needs to establish some healthy boundaries for themselves. It could be somebody maybe needs to establish some healthy boundaries with their family, with friends. Ace of Wands. Or it could be an ex. Ace of Wands. Why is an Ace of Wands here? Or maybe somebody needs to get rid of their own stinking thinking. Why is the Ace of Wands here? Ace of Wands, Nine of Cups, and the Eight of Swords. Yeah, somebody wants a new beginning. Somebody wants to go towards their wish fulfillment, but still being a little all up in their head about it. I feel like they're not totally dropping that burden. This is, yes, I want it. Yes, that would be wonderful. But what happens if it doesn't work out? What happens if this, and what happens if this, and what about this, and what about this, and what about this? Well, why are we worried about that? Sometimes I feel like the Eight of Swords is like when we get all up in our head about stuff that won't happen, kind of like Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I can walk. I don't know if I want you to walk into the store. Well, why? What's the big deal? It's only a couple blocks away. A pterodactyl could come out of the sky and grab you and sweep you off, and I would never see you again. Wait a minute. What? A pterodactyl? Do you know how long they've been extinct? That's what you're worried about? Something that will never happen? That's the Eight of Swords. It's like sometimes we spiral, and that's how, and it's like sometimes, and I hate to say it, that's how ridiculous it sounds. Emperor. Why is the Emperor here? Yeah, it's like somebody needs to establish some boundaries, realizing who they are and what they want. But it's almost like as they realize what they want, they get in their head. It's almost like they feel like they're not deserving of it. The Emperor. Why is the Emperor here? Okay. Yeah. Oh, look at that. That's one of my favorite cards right there. Ace of Swords. Look at that. Emperor's being clarified by the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. Yes, somebody needs to be able to boss up, take charge, take control to give the pentacle that should have been given before. And in order to step up and take control and give that pentacle, we need to cut out something else in order to build. And I think somebody is realizing that truth. Okay, this is clarity coming to somebody. A huge epiphany is hitting somebody that they need to get out of that. Potential final outcome. Six of Wands, Knight of Cups, King of Swords. Knight of Cups. Why is the Knight of Cups here? Talk to me about the Knight of Cups. Why is the Knight of Cups here? You know, Eight of Swords is a mental prison we put ourselves in, and only we can get ourselves out. And sometimes I use the analogy of when your check is short and you call your boss and your boss says, "Oh, I am so sorry." And just go with me on this, okay? Your boss goes, "I'm so sorry. I know it's Friday. I can cut you a check. I can cut you a check for the rest on Monday." And you're like, "Okay." Well, then you hang up the phone and you go, "Oh my God, my check is short. I'm not going to be able to pay my rent. I'm going to be homeless. Oh my God, I'm going to be out on the street. I'm going to be homeless. What am I going to do? Oh my God, I'm living out of my car. What am I going to do?" That's the Eight of Swords. That's the devil energy in the Eight of Swords. And then all of a sudden you have to go, wait a minute. It's Friday. It was, yeah, my check was short, but on Monday, in 2 days from now, or 3 days from now, I'm going to get another check for the rest. Rent's not due for another 2 weeks. I'm not going to be homeless. No, that's not going to happen. And let it go. That's how we get in it, and that's how we get out of it. But nobody else can talk you out of it. Knight of Cups is being clarified by the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. With the Queen of Wands here, I feel like this is somebody getting real. Getting real with what they want. With what they want and who they want. I feel like this Queen of Pentacles is you. Six of Wands. Why is the Six of Wands here? Maybe it's victory after a long battle because somebody is actually starting to be real with what it is they want. Why is the Six of Wands here? Why and why? Why is the Six of Wands here? Why is the Six of Wands here? Why is the Six of Wands here? Six of Wands is being clarified by the Knight of Wands and the Six of Swords. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like somebody feels victorious because they're going off in another direction. Knight of Wands, yes, he can be fickle back and forth energy. He can be in and out, but he can be enthusiastically embracing the change. And I feel like that's what somebody's doing. And I feel like somebody is moving forward. I feel like somebody's starting to get the clarity on this. Somebody's getting the clarity on what happened up here as well. King of Swords. Why is the King of Swords here? Why is the King of Swords here? Yeah. I feel like somebody now knows the truth. It's like knowing the truth and really knowing it. As in, somebody could say something, yeah, well, okay, yeah, right, whatever, and blow it off. But no, I feel like this is like going within. And somebody's like, yes, now I know. Now I know what this was. I know what I need to get rid of here. I know what this is meant by here. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. Getting the clarity on what it means to stand up and take charge of your life. A lot of clarity. Clarity possibly about the love, possibly about giving yourself the love first. And with the Five of Cups here, I feel like this is letting go of what is no longer working. So if something or someone was trying to get in the mix, no, we're letting it go. It's almost like somebody is now starting to realize that they are in control of their life, not something or someone else. That they are, and that they need to start making better decisions for their life. That's kind of what I'm feeling. Yeah. Somebody is now in control of their life, now ready to take that leap of faith forward. Yeah. So if this was somebody connected to you, they may be, and I'm just going to be blunt about it, they may be getting their shit together. Okay. Now, whether they come towards you or not, that might be a different story, but they may be in the process of getting their stuff together and realizing that they are in control. And maybe one of the things that they need to do is they may need to start some healing work. Healing work and forgiving themselves for not having the healthy boundaries they needed to deal with whatever this was here. Look at that. And the devil pops out of the deck. 10 of Cups. The devil and the 4 of Cups. The 10 of Cups is being crossed. Yeah, by justice. Yeah, somebody doesn't want to daydream about love and happiness anymore. Somebody actually wants to have it. This is somebody putting their life into balance, kicking the devil to the curb. Why? Because they don't want to miss out on anything anymore. They feel like they have been because of whatever they have allowed to hold themselves back. But now realizing that they are the magician and realizing, hey, that I'm in charge and I'm in control of my life because I have everything I need to move forward, somebody is now moving forward. I feel like what they need to do first before they can come towards you is possibly give themselves the self-love, self-care that they need and forgive themselves for allowing this devil to get in the way. They need to heal so that they can move forward. And move forward possibly towards you. All right, Capricorn, that's what I have for you. Hope this helped. If you like the content that I have, please like, share, and subscribe. If you would like a much in-depth personal reading with me, please email me at gina@tarotbyginamarie.com. Love and light, everybody.